Hello. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gina, and today it's going to be a book-ish video vlog. Um, I'm actually in a book slump. Actually, I'm in a slump, if we're going to be completely honest with each other, and we should be. So I don't know exactly what I wanted to do for this video, but I definitely want to get back into reading. It's just there's so many other things I need to do today. Um, but I haven't finished a book this week. I didn't finish a book last week either, and I had already told myself I was going to read a book a week, or at least try to. So I don't want to go 2 weeks in a row without finishing a book. And it's a little hard to do when you're in a book slump because I've been reading this one, The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham. It's a sci-fi horror. So these things called Triffids, which I guess they are on the cover. Like these little things. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell. But anyways, these things called Triffids, they're plants that are carnivorous. They don't necessarily eat humans, but they do eat the flesh of humans. And they are definitely living creatures. They will attack with I don't think they're branches, but they will swing out and they can poison you and basically kill a human instantaneously for the most part. There are exceptions, like if it's a baby, maybe it didn't hit you as hard, or maybe you got lucky and some of the poison only got in your eyes and you managed to get to the hospital pretty quickly, which is what happened to the main character. He actually got hit in the face when he was a little kid, but it was by a baby plant. Anyways, but the point of this story, okay, so the main character, he is in a hospital, he's bandaged up and like all on his face, so he can't see, and he's just waiting for a nurse to show up. And then the next thing that happens is that, well, no nurse shows up, and it's been hours and hours and hours, and slowly he starts hearing like all of these groans and upset sounds and stuff. And it turns out that majority of the human population became blind due to a meteor shower type sighting where all of the planet was kind of lit in green light. um and then he finally decides to take off his bandages because that was the day he was supposed to take them off anyways. And he can see because he didn't see the green light because his eyes were bandaged up the whole time. And now that most of the human race is actually blind, which he later discovers when he leaves hospital, it's the world becomes chaos very quickly when you can't see. And the Triffids are out on the loose. There were already some that were loose anyways, but now they have to defend themselves against them, um, while being blind. Of course, the main character himself is not, and he happens to know more about these plants anyways. And you just kind of follow that story along with it. I guess it's like post apocalyptic. It happens like within a few pages, and then you kind of get caught up on what these plants are, why they're dangerous, and all of that. It was it's been interesting. It's also a short book. It's less than 300 pages, and I'm about halfway done with it. I'm on 110 out of 230 something, maybe. Yeah, 234. So I'm like a little shy of 50% done with this book. And I'm not in the mood to finish it. I'm actually not in the mood to finish it. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm probably not going to finish it because I'm not in the mood for it. I haven't read on it. I read a little bit last night, but I forced myself to do it. Other than that, I haven't read on this in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And it is a library book. So I think I'm going to soft DNF this and turn it back in so someone else can read it. Which leaves me with what am I going to read? Now, I could finish my the book Uncanny by Junji Ito. This is like a memoir slash analysis of his manga work. And I don't know, I could finish it. This is actually what I read on the subway when I end up reading on the subway, of course. And it's damaged now. But I took the dust jacket off. It's up there on my shelf, but I didn't want that to get damaged, but instead my actual book is getting damaged now. But anyways, I could finish this. There's 100 pages left and it's really more like 75 because there are pictures understandably from a manga artist, a mangaka, if you want to be more direct, I mean correct, accurate. If you want to be more accurate, a mangaka, and I could finish this. Like essentially I'm 2/3 done with it and I could just knock this out of the way and then pick up something else to read just in general for the whole week. I think I'm gonna go with that option. I think I'm gonna try to finish this tonight or today. It's like 4 p.m. I'm gonna try to finish this today and then pick out something new with y'all. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But for sure, I'm deciding to soft DNF this. One day, maybe I'll get back to it because it is good, but I'm just not in the mood to finish it right now. So, soft DNF for now. So, let's start reading this. Okay, so I forgot to update you guys last night because I went straight to bed about Uncanny, The Origins of Fear by Junji Ito. I did finish it last night and I'm giving it 4 stars. It's easy to read, very, very easy to read actually. But if you're looking to just get advice, I wasn't looking to get advice from this, but if you're looking to get advice about writing horror, horror manga. He does give you a little bit of advice, but he's also like, don't take advice from me because I'm also kind of winging it. I have methods for myself, but what works for me might not work for you, but I'll give it a shot anyways. And he does break down his own work. So technically, there's like little smidgets of spoilers in here. So if you haven't read any of his stuff before, any of his works, then you'll get some insider information before you even read the manga. So there are some works in here that I haven't read, and it's like, what? And then now I know that I'll end up having more information about it in advance. So I'm like, oh, he did this because of this. He drew it this way because he put this in his mind. It might take away some of the elements of surprise, is honestly what I'm trying to get to, but it was pretty good. And I definitely like the memoir part, his autobiography little section. That was really nice just to see his background. He was a dental technician. Like, he went from that to being a horror mangaka that is super famous and well known across the world. So there's hope for us all. We can all start off doing whatever and then end up doing art essentially if that's your goal. So granted, he did put in a lot of work outside of doing his dental stuff, and then there were some exceptions of like there being benefits of him working there, and they were very encouraging of him creating art too, so that was helpful. Anyways, it is a good read. I recommend it if you're interested in Junji Ito. Otherwise, you can check it out, but I don't think it will be as interesting if you're not a fan of Junji Ito. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at with this. I don't think you would be as interested in it. So if you're a fan, read it. I still don't think it's like a 5-star read. So don't go into it expecting amazingness. But it is still a really good read. So I do recommend reading this if you're interested in Junji Ito. So I finished a book and now I need to pick out what I'm going to read next. These two shelves here are mostly what I haven't read. This top shelf here, I haven't read at all. This second shelf, I read half of it. So I have to choose something. Also, this shelf here, the second shelf, is manga. And well, no, there's books, there's light novels on here. So there's that. But I'm not in the mood to read a light novel. So we're just going to disregard this row because I need to pick out a book. Um, but to be honest, I don't want to read anything that I have. I'm in a slump now, so yeah, there's I don't want to read anything that I have, but we're going to pick something. We're going to pick something. The question is what? I have horror, I have contemporary fiction, I have some sci-fi, I have short stories, I have fantasy. Like I have a little bit of almost everything, but nothing sounds really that good if I want to be honest. Hmm. Let me pick some options and then I'll get back. So I have some options. I picked out three here, but I do think this one I'm going to actually read here at home. So this one is called Out There Screaming. It's a bunch of horror short stories by Black authors. It's edited by Jordan Peele. And yeah, so it's an anthology. It has very nice floppiness, which is why I was tempted to take this with me on the train, but I think I'd rather read it here because I think because there are a bunch of short stories, I'll read one short story and be like, okay, I'm done. And then I wouldn't read more on the subway. And some short stories are like 10 pages in here, some are 20. Like it varies in length. So I don't want to just read on it slowly. I read on when I'm on the subway. I am reading through a book slowly, but extra slowly just because of how my brain processes short stories. So I'm not going to read this, but I am going to read this, but I'm not going to read this on the subway, which is what I'm picking out right now. And then there's Art on Fire by Yoon Ko Yoon Ko Yoon. I think is a Korean author, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. Anyways, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it, but here's the cover and the back. So this one is a comic and compelling satire of the art world. I think it, if I recall, the main character, she's an artist, almost like a struggling artist, I want to say. And she was offered this residency and it's all paid for, so she couldn't pass it up. And the catch is that at the end of the residency, the person in charge will destroy one of her pieces of work. Not sure which one, doesn't matter. He's going to destroy one of them. And I'm very curious on how this is going to go. And this is why I picked part of it, is because like I'm interested in getting back into my art as well. And I think it would be fun to read about another artist going through some struggles. The only catch about reading this is that there's no flop to it. The spine is pretty stiff, and I don't really break my spines when it comes to reading. So it might be a little hard for me to actually read this on the subway because I would have to purposely kind of read like this. And I don't really want to do that. So still, this is an option. The second option is by Cassandra Kaw. This is The Library at Hellebore. And I've already forgot what this is about. I think they're at a school. I'll just read what it says. The Hellebore Technical Institute for the Gifted is the premier academy for the dangerously powerful, the Antichrist and Death Workers, the World Eaters and Apocalypse Makers. Hellebore promises redemption, acceptance, and a normal life after graduation. At least that's what Alessa Lee is told after she's kidnapped and forcibly enrolled. But the Institute is more than just a haven for monsters. On graduation day, the faculty embark on a ravenous rampage, feasting on their students. Trapped in the school's cavernous library, Alessa and her surviving classmates must do something they were never taught: work together. If they don't, the school will eat them alive. So that is the premise of this book. As you see, it has a pretty good flop. This is hardcover too. And I don't know, like I've had both of these on my TBR for months now. Can't quite remember when I bought these. I know I bought them last year. So it's more than a couple months, more like several months. I don't know. I don't know because I've actually read a couple of pages in each of these before last year, and they're both like a different vibe. I'm just not sure which one I want to choose. I know this one would read pretty quickly. The font size is pretty big. These are both short too. They're like, I don't think they're 300 pages. No, this one's 250. Honestly, I think I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna read Art on Fire, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it not being as floppy because I think it's just going to deter me even reading it here. So I might as well take it with me on the subway and try to get through it. Try to get through it. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read Art on Fire on the subway, and we're just gonna go from there. So I'll start it tomorrow morning, hopefully.
Stand clear of.
Okay. Okay, so I just got back from work and also from the comic book shop. Not my local one. I went to one near Times Square. I went to Midtown Comics NYC. You see here. I only bought one thing. I was there for like 2 hours, and most of the stuff, like it's new comic book release day, so there wasn't like a bunch of people in there, but there was a good amount of people in there, especially at the new issues section. And I realized, yeah, I just want to buy this stuff from the local bookshop, local comic book shop. So I didn't buy any new issues there. If I see any, other than the ones that I'm going to pick up this week, if I see any, then I'm just going to pick them up from there, rather support local. Not that, I mean, I still supported this business too, but anyways, the point is, the store was pretty cool. I didn't get to show that much because I felt awkward about it. Um, but I did get a few clips in there. Anyway, so what I bought was the Infinity War by Marvel. So this is a collection, I think issues 1 through 6 of the Infinity War. And then what else? Marvel Comics presents number 108 to 111, and Warlock and the Infinity Watch 7 through 10. Written by Jim Starlin. I guess all of this is written by Jim Starlin, so that's pretty cool. This is actually not new. If you can't tell by the art style, some of you might not, but this is like early 90s, late 80s style, and this is from like 92, I want to say. Like early 90s. I mean, I'm saying 92 because I looked at this earlier, but I want to confirm. Yeah, 92. And I think this collection was released in early 2000s, but the issues themselves that are collected in here is early 90s. And like I said, you can tell from the art style because it's not like this anymore. Nothing wrong with the art style today, but it's definitely interesting how things have changed over time. But it's all unique to the decade. Ooh, Thanos. Anyways, this is what I got. I was in the store for like 2 hours, and then this was on sale. So I went ahead and bought it because usually I don't like buying, like, I like buying omnibus versions and collections, but I hate paying full price for these because they're so expensive. It makes sense why they're expensive, but they're so expensive, and I just don't want to pay that much for it. So, but yeah, I got this from Midtown Comics Bookshop. And then I've been reading on the past 2 days on the subway, Art on Fire. I'm 75 pages in, and it's a good chunk of the way because it's about 250 pages. So that's a little more than 30%. So I think I stopped at 50 and that was like 20%. It was about 30% of the way through, maybe 25 to 30% done. And it's good so far. It's not like a 5 star, it's sitting at a 4. We'll see if it stays a 4 stars, but it's easy to read. It is annoying because it's not that floppy, but that's okay. It's okay. Anyways, so that's all I have to report for y'all today. Well, at this moment, I'm going to read some more, and then, yeah, hopefully I can finish that book like by Sunday, but we'll see. I'm gonna read some comics tonight, and then that'll probably be it for this video. But we shall see. I might film tomorrow too. Just finished issue 1 of Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant, and I admit, I wasn't surprised that I really liked it, but I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, which is saying a lot because I thought it was going to be like probably at least 4 stars, right? This is more like 4.75. It wasn't exactly perfect to be 5, but it gave me enough surprises in issue 1 to get you really encaptured with it. So super cool, super cool. Let me get you. Okay, so the writer is Murera Ayudale, and the artist is Federica Monsin. I may have mispronounced all of those names, but I tried. And I showed a little bit, I think, when I was reading, but it's pretty cool. Like I'm getting a lot of insider information about Storm. I knew a lot anyways, but I'm learning more, and I guess I'll get to learn more about the Scarlet Witch as well because she is also in here. And it looks like she's going to be even more crucial in issue number 2. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. So this 4.75. Yeah, 4.75 for sure. And honestly, as you see, I got cozy. I got comfortable. I got out of what I was wearing for work. And now I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired and I have work tomorrow and I have more stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm going to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little chaotic with everything that I filmed. It might not appear that chaotic to y'all, but it was chaotic for me. And I just really hope that you enjoyed it. So until next time, bye.